welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie. This is the week 16, April the 18th through the 24th weekly wrap up. Okay, so pretty much this was a chill week. I don't remember. There wasn't anything really pressing that ended up happening this week. I did go get my nails done, new color and all. It's a little cold down here in my recording room, so they're doing their own little color change thing. I have already put up the Reels compilation video for you guys to get a sneak peek of everything that I did over all this week and like the actual things that I did. I participated in Dewey's 24-hour readathon. Even though I hadn't really been tracking it, I decided to go ahead and do it after Bree and I talked and was like, hey, yeah, why not? Why not do it? So I ended up doing about 12 hours worth. Actually, it was more than 12 hours because I started at 8 and ended at 11. So how many ever hours that is? Almost. Yeah, I'm not mathing right now. Can't math. So I have lots of things to do. I am pre-recording all of the rest of Veda video every day in April. I hope you guys are enjoying those videos. I will be changing up. Oh, okay. So big news, big change. So after I finish recording this and getting everything taken care of, in the next day or two, you will see a new tier. It will be an $8 tier. And please, if you want to continue to support me, move to that tier with the new pay cycle starting in May on Saturday. I would say probably wait until like a day before, what have you, or however your billing, however you know that your billing happens, go ahead and switch to that $8 tier. I am getting rid of all of the tiers. I'm going to have one tier for everyone, which will include all 4 or 5 of the weekly wrap-ups, uncensored, unedited, all my thoughts and feelings and things like that. And as well as you will now have access to all of the videos that have been uploaded and from going on for the next however long I continue to keep the Patreon page. That is just how I'm going to keep it. I'm just going to keep it at that. I did start a Discord. I would like to start reading a book with you guys. I mean, I know that like once a month reading a book with you guys and then possibly doing a Zoom. I reached out and was like, hey, what would you guys think of me doing either one tier or doing 2 tiers where I had a $5 and a $10 that remained. And the feedback that I've gotten is you guys are amazing for 1, and for 2 was whatever you want to do. It's your page type thing. I appreciate that. I want this to be something, that's a little more interactive. And I started a Discord, which is a Discord server. I have no clue what to do with it. I'm showing my age here a little bit, but we're going to figure it out. And I figure that would be a good place for us to like chat without being, I guess, on the Patreon, but you don't have to. You'll just have access to the new Discord. And I do believe we can have like chats about certain books, and we'll have like spoiler sections and stuff like that. I'm going to figure it out, and we're going to do Discord instead. And the whole point to the 1 tier is so that everyone feels like they are getting their, all the things, because I feel like I'm a little lacking on the higher tiers right now, but at the same time, I'm giving a lot to the lower tiers as well. So I'm just going to make it 1 and everyone's going to get the same stuff. I hope that made sense, and me and my rambling. So let's get into the books that I did read last week. I started the week off by reading Healed by the Dragon, which is Stonefire Dragons number 3 by Jessie, Donovan. I place this in paranormal romance. I give it 4.25 stars. I give it 4 Steam fans. I listen to this as an audiobook, and this book follows Finn, who is the guest dragon that we saw in the last book, and he actually has his own clan. Then we have Arabella. Am I reading that right? Yes, I am reading that right. So Arabella is a injured dragon from the Stonefire Dragon clan, and she goes to visit the new clan, and yeah, her dragon and Finn's dragon figure out that they're fated mates, and I was so here for this, because in the last couple books we have been getting the dragon and a human. In this book we get two dragons, which means we have two humans that shift into two dragons, so that means four different sort of character like arcs and things like that, and talking to each. It was hilarious. It was super sexy. So sexy. So sexy. Not enough for me to give it 5 Steam fans, but definitely enough to give it 4, if not probably 4.25. It was spicy. It was so spicy. And I really, really enjoyed it. The next book that I finished reading was Trap by Jennifer Rebecca. This is a romantic suspense / contemporary. I give this book 5 stars. I give it 4 Steam fans. I read it as an arc. However, it has been released for you guys to pick up. It is part of the Salvation Society. So in this one, there is content warnings for trauma, PTSD, for suicidal thoughts. Am I thinking of the right one? Yes. Sorry. Notes. Yeah, no. Lots of different things. So we have Mackenzie, who is a fighter pilot, and then we have Kyle, who is a Navy SEAL. They meet at a bar, and Mackenzie is a very put together person. However, there is something that ends up happening to her while she is flying a fighter jet. Yes, you heard me correctly. She's a female fighter pilot, and I was so here for it. I think Jennifer Rebecca had me pretty much from the very first page. When you read her author's note at the beginning, her thank you to Corinne for allowing her to write in the Salvation Society and in the Salvation world, because Jennifer Rebecca has a real life experience and knowledge of military and the workings of the two careers that she ends up talking about, and it shows on page. And I was here for this. It ripped my heart out. It put it back together, and then it ripped it out again, and I was just like, oh my goodness. But I really loved it. I really enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to read more by Jennifer Rebecca. The next book that I read was Exposed by Chiquita. I hope I said that right. Chiquita Dennie. I placed this one in contemporary / romantic suspense. There is a small little suspense part that comes in to play. I give it 4.25 stars. I give it 3.5 Steam fans. I read this as an arc. However, it is part of the Salvation Society, and this is a Black author. Yes, Black characters. Yes. So we have Lauren, who is 25, and she is a cosmetic beauty influencer, and she ends up getting a contract with the Raven Cosmetic Company. Wow, how could I not get that out? Raven Cosmetic Company, and Dominic is 36, and he is brought in to be her bodyguard. So much angst and just tension between them. This is an age gap romance, and it's also plugged as a slow burn, but when I hit the 50% mark and they were like, bam, 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 I was like, oh, wait, this is not a slow burn. This is not a slow burn by any means. I was here for it. I was so here for it. I loved Dominic's family dynamic. I actually really kind of want more from that family dynamic. I would love to have some of the cousin story or the brother story or the sister story to see, you know, an epilogue maybe of them in the future. I really, really enjoy this story so much, so much. Another author that I can't wait to read more from. The next book that I finished reading was Irreverent. I think I'm saying that correct. I like look at the word, I look at the title, and I'm like, am I saying this word correctly? Am I saying this title correctly? I don't know. But this is by Skye Callahan. This is a contemporary. The romantic suspense portion of it falls flat for me. I give this one 3.5 stars. I give it to Steam fans. I read it as an ARC part of the Salvation Society books, and you can go out and get them now, or read them on KU. I forgot to tell you that about the last two. So many of the Salvation Society books are available in Kindle Unlimited. I've done six or seven bundles reviews for them, so they come out 5 at a time. I'm getting off track from this, but I figure you guys might want to know this. But they come out 5 at a time, usually at the beginning ish of the month, and I've read 7 bundles of them. So lots of books. I have lots of thoughts about them. It is a world that I absolutely love. So back to this book. This book follows Libby and it follows Riker. Libby is a police captain and she is on vacation. She just kind of broke up with her ex-boyfriend who was kind of a douchebag. And Riker is a Navy SEAL that was doing a mission in the apartment or condo, townhouse, what have you, kind of right next door to Libby. And the two of them sort of see each other and are like, "Ooh, yep, I'm attracted. And I was like, okay, I'm here for this vacation sort of romance whirlwind kind of thing. And I'm like, okay. And then I had to read the ending like 3 times to kind of pick up on the romantic suspense. I was like, where? I don't understand that, because some things happen in the beginning of the book and I'm just like, okay, this is going to be like a romantic suspense, but then I didn't get why some of the things happened. It just seemed like I just wanted a little bit more from the ending. The next book that I finished was Redemption by Laura Lee. I said this name wrong all week long, and I am so sorry. She's actually an author over on TikTok, which is absolutely amazing. So I'm getting off track. This is a contemporary. This is a romantic suspense. I give this one 4.5 stars. I give it to Steam fans. Read it as an ARC, but it is part of the Salvation Society as well, and you can get this now. So here we go. This one is Presley, who is a survivor, I believe. Okay. Sorry. Small words, small notes. Okay. So Presley and Beckett were childhood romance kids met when they were super young, grew up together, then something ends up happening, they go their separate ways, but that is not where we start this story. The story, we start off with Presley in the hospital after she has just gone through a horrendous attack. It is very clear in the very beginning of it that this is a physical abuse situation, and there is content warning for that on page throughout this story, the rehashing of things that end up happening to Presley as well. Beckett is dealing with PTSD. There is some on page PTSD triggers that end up happening for him as well, but it's the two of them coming back together and sort of remembering what they had in the past, but at the same time seeing what they can have in the future. I really loved it. It ripped my heart out from the very beginning. I read this for Dewey's 24-hour readathon, and whew, me and my emotional books, I tell you guys, wow. So this happens to be the connection with the Salvation series is that Ben, which is a not a spin-off book, it's a novella book that Corinne wrote. Ben gave Beckett his call sign, which you learn throughout the story, and I was here for it. I would like to read more from this author, more about this town, and more about these characters, because there were some secondary characters that I would love to get the stories from, kind of like Presley's brother. I kind of want that story. And once you read the book, you'll understand why I want that story, because there's a story there, and I kind of want it. And then the final book that I finished last week was Dating Makes Perfect by Pintip Dunn. Place this in YA contemporary. Give it 4 stars. Give it 2 Steam fans. Listen to it as an audiobook. This is the Brown Nipple Challenge book for the month of April that Nana Malone puts on. Love it so much. It was so cute. And y'all know that I don't like freaking YA romance. Like, this is definitely set in high school, and Winnie and Matt were family friends, but then they had a little bit of a falling out when they hit middle school, and now that they're in high school, both of them are seniors. They're getting ready to graduate. Winnie's sisters just went off to college, and their mother really kind of wants to marry them off. This is an Asian author and a Asian main character. The family is Thai, and there is a lot of culture that is input into this story. Now, I am not Asian, so I cannot define if it is good representation or bad representation. There is just a lot of culture that is put into this book, and trusting that Nana Malone wouldn't pick a author for her Brown Nipple Challenge that didn't do the work or isn't an own voices to know, what needs to be put in a book or not put in a book. I would probably say it's good representation within this story. I did enjoy it. The only thing that was a little too heavy-handed for me was probably some of the culture that is talked about in description constantly. It kind of took away from the story of the two, of Matt and Winnie coming back together, finding their friendship, and then dating for real instead of fake dating. By the way, it's a fake dating story, and I was like, oh yeah, I love a good fake dating story. So there is that. But I would recommend it. It is definitely a cute little something that you can like fly through, and if you can listen to it on audio, the narrator was amazing. I did enjoy her voice and the way that she told the story, so it definitely kept me engaged, even though it was a bit heavy-handed with the cultural portions of it. What am I currently reading? I am currently reading Reawakening the Dragon by Jessie Donovan. This is the 4th book in the Stonefire Dragon series, and I was gonna read it for Dewey's 24-hour readathon to try and read 3 books in the 24 hours, but I kind of fell asleep on it, and I now have to start it over again. It put me to sleep. Not that the content put me to sleep. The audiobook narrator has a Scottish, Irish, whatchamacallit, accent, and if I'm not paying attention to it and it's late at night and I'm super tired, then I'm gonna fall asleep to it. So that is what I read last week, what I am reading now, things that are going on here on the Patreon. Please feel free to comment in the comment section, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, if you did enjoy it, make sure you give it a heart, give it a thumbs up. Let's talk, let's discuss some things down in the comment section. As always, thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.